Well, hi there, guys. It's Leslie from LuvINK&Paper. So I have been doing my research, watching some YouTube videos, and popping around to some different demonstrators, people I haven't watched or checked out before, and I found some really great ideas that I will be sharing with you over the next few lives. Today is all about using your Stampin Blends and Vellum. This is our cardstock Vellum. I will use this piece of scrap paper. And I did this one earlier today using Flirty Flamingo and Rich Razzleberry. Isn't that cool? What a great background. And then you put it on a piece of white cardstock. You attach it to a piece of white cardstock, and look how brilliant that looks. Isn't that awesome? So anyway, we're going to learn how to do that tonight. And I'm going to show you one that I already kind of got most of the way done. And then maybe we'll finish a couple of cards. We'll see how that goes. Okay. All right. So you're going to need a couple of the alcohol-based blends markers. All right. You're also going to need an inexpensive paintbrush. Doesn't have to. I would even suggest a little bigger than this. This one's a little small, but it works. A little something to hold a little bit of rubbing alcohol in. And here's the trick. You have to have the good stuff. Okay, so when you get your alcohol, it has to be the 91%. 70% or 72 or whatever it is doesn't work. Okay, you will not get the look you're going for. So let me just pop up here and just see where we're at. Oh, we have one friend here today so far, and we'll have some more, I'm sure. So maybe I will just wait another couple of minutes before I actually get going too far. I will tell you that you do not have to be an artist to do this technique. It is all about being able to scribble and being able to add some alcohol, and you're going to get great results. You will not, however, get any two to look just the same. They'll be similar. The tones will be similar if you use the same two markers, but they are not going to be the same, right? So here come our friends gradually joining us, which is great. So the one that I started earlier will mimic with these colors. Okay, but so far, and I don't know if you can tell, it's very, it's quite, the colors came out quite strong. But I did emboss this using the Seashells embossing folder, which, by the way, is not orderable right now, but it should be by the end of this month. Okay, so I'm going to do a little trimming. We're going to get a border, and then we're going to put this on a thick white base, so it'll look really pretty like that. So let's, while we're waiting for a few more friends, let's just give this a quick trim down to 4 this way. Hold on. You're 5 1/4 this way. So let's go. You might be 5 1/4. Oh, you're 5 1/2 that way. All right, so it doesn't matter. I wanted to make sure I didn't short myself. There's nothing worse than thinking you've got the amount of cardstock that you need and not. Then you go to mount it because you've cut it and you think you've had enough, and nope. All right. So this will go here. We'll add a little Stampin' Seal on the back. What is stuck? Oh, a little gold cord over there. Oh, there we go. So on my Facebook page today, I asked people to share their favorite green. Not sure we had many takers, but this granny apple green is kind of close. Stephen might say this is kind of close to that green galore that he really, really liked way back in the day. Anyway, so granny apple green is close, I think. I think he would agree that it's pretty close. So he does like bright. He had the greatest jacket when he was a kid. It was like this neon green. And I loved it because I could see him wherever he went on the playground. I could pick him out. I was very sad when he outgrew that jacket. I liked it. It made it super easy to find him when he was playing. Anyway, so wondering what your favorite green is. Currently, I think just Jade's. I like that one. There. Then I think what we'll end up doing is using the soft seafoam because it's so light that it's going to let those bold colors in behind pop up, and it's also going to pick up the places where the alcohol pushed the color away a little bit. And then we'll use this greeting from the Friends Are Like Seashells stamp set, which is what I've got here. So I've done some stamping and die cut some of the images and stuff so that we can make a little thing. And it says, friends are like seashells, you collect them along the way. So we'll get to that. Let me just take up another peep and say, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. And see where we get to. So like I said, this is a technique that will create a really gorgeous background. You're going to want to use your Stampin' Blends, and of the colors in the duos, you're going to want the dark ones. Okay, so I have dark Granny Apple Green and dark Bermuda Bay. I tend to like to start with the dark, and I can always go back and add more, but I want to kind of start that way. Whoops, wrong tip. You're going to want to use the brush tip, but you're going to want to kind of lay it on its side so you get a nice broad stroke. You don't want to do anything that's going to damage that little tip. Okay, and you're just going to scribble. Scribble some there, scribble some there, here and here, and maybe there, and maybe a little up there, and maybe a little bit more over there. And you can go back in if you're worried that it's not dark enough. You can go add another layer like that. Okay, I may still go back again, but we'll see. Then you're going to take your lighter color, your in this case my Granny Apple Green, and I'm just going to do the rest. I'm not sure what would happen if you added a third color, as long as it's in the same, along the same side of the color wheel. Like I guess if I had done swatches of Granny Apple Green and then done a yellow or a very pale blue or something, those cool colors that are on that side of the color wheel or whatever probably would have been okay together. So just gonna go ahead and finish that up. So no rocket science, okay, just some scribbling. Then you're gonna pour just a tiny bit. Now I will tell you that I did this pink and rich raspberry one first and then went to do my green one and didn't realize that I had picked up, I should have realized, but that the alcohol had some of that color. And so I went to dab the alcohol on and had kind of a funky color. So I went, ooh, that's not good. When I stirred it, it was fine. So you don't need a lot. You're just going to take your brush and dip it in and just dab around. So you're just going to, and it's going to move that alcohol. Can you see what it's doing? Oh, and I'm losing, it's such a cheap brush. That is losing the bristles. So you're just going to go over, you don't want any of those sort of hard edges to show, so you're going to want to kind of blend those out a little bit. And you can just go right over that, and the alcohol is just going to move that. It's just going to reactivate the ink from the markers. And it's just going to move around. Then the hard part is you have to let this dry. You have to just set it aside and let it dry. And I will tell you that that's the hardest part because it looks so great. Just even like right now, it looks great. And you go, oh, I just want to get going on this. And you can't. You have to just wait. And that is hard. So you might want to make, you know, if you're thinking about doing this, do several, and then you can wait while each, you know, while they dry. You can be working on something else. So, yeah, that's got a little bit of green tint to it, so I don't think we're going to use that for the pink one. I was going to try and show you doing this one, but what I will show you is how I attached that. There's a couple of ways so that you don't see a lot of adhesive on the back, okay? Now, embossing will reduce the adhesive, but if you use the adhesive sheets, now I'm still trying to figure out why it's not letting me do what I kind of wanted to do, which is take off one whole sheet, but it feels like the adhesive is on this side. And so it's on this side, and so when you go to peel it, you're taking off that and you're left with the individual smaller pieces, which is okay. Now you'll notice, see how this side is much duller? You might like that side better. You might be looking for a softer look. So you're just going to decide which side you want. For this one, I actually might go this route, only because I want to use it with some butterflies, and I think this will make a nicer So I'm using the adhesive sheets. You can make an entire piece of cardstock, a sticker, using these. Okay. So we'll just slide those on. Now the other way that you can do this is using your silicone mat and a piece of a sponge. You can put some of the Tombow monoliquid glue in the corner of your, hang on, let me show you this part too. Okay, so you're just going to put a little bit over here like that. Okay, and hang on a second, there, we'll use this one. It's pretty gluey already, and it's got some gunk on it, but that's all right. And then you just, because you don't need much, but you just want to kind of move that glue around. Okay. So that's the other way that you can add adhesive to this, right? Before you put it onto the white cardstock. Okay. All right. You got to get just a kind of the right angle to see where that's going to cover, right? And then that went on a little cockeyed, so I have to do a little trimming here. I think what I'm going to do is just go right, there's not much of this that's wrong, or not straight, so I'll just fix that a little bit, like that, and use that as my first straight edge. And trim that off. And now this edge is straight, so I can just kind of rotate around like that. Okay, so take those pieces off. Now earlier when I did this, I was able to save my pieces so that I could use that pretty stuff inside. Okay, so we're gonna do a little there. Okay. I almost think I want rich raspberry instead, but that's okay. So this is Flirty Flamingo, and I kind of, now looking at that, I might have wanted. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to put that on yet. Let me show you the other thing that I used those adhesive sheets for. I made 2 of these really pretty balloons. Oh, they look gorgeous on that. So these I die cut from white cardstock that I had put an adhesive sheet on the back. So let's do one at a time and take that off. And you just want to kind of go gentle, and that kind of ripped. So we're going to have to find the edge there. And go way up like that, and then do the second one. Sometimes if you just catch one little spot, that's all you need. And sometimes you can't even get that. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Now it's coming loose. Now it's coming loose. I think it's time for a new plate. Mine is really scratched up, and sometimes that goes through. Oh, there it goes. And those individual scratches and stuff can actually cut through something fine like that background paper. There. I'll just snip those off. Take our scrap out of the way. Wonder how our wet one is doing over here. You can see it kind of drip down, so you're going to want to kind of leave it level. Okay, but you can wiggle it around a little bit. Some of those edges I'm going to trim off anyway, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Okay, now and I also did a white butterfly, and let's see if these will work. Not sure. They will if I don't want them to stay inside the... No, I'm not gonna, I don't think I'm gonna like that. I could do it that way, but I don't think I want to. What if we don't use those? What if we just put them straight on there? That might just be what I like. All right, let's try that. All right, we'll get the backing off the butterfly, Easier said than done, I'm sure. Thank goodness for this Take Your Pick tool. I'm telling you, best $10 you'll ever spend. Completely worth it. There it goes. There's that. The words are from the well-written dies, and I haven't used them all that much. And one of the videos I watched today used the well-written dies, and I went, oh, hey, I have those. I should probably use them more often. Now, when you're doing this, you do want to be careful that you don't stretch your words out of shape. You know, you don't want to. So you want to be gentle. They're a little bit fragile, so you want to just kind of move your hand as you pull them. There. That looks pretty good. I like that, actually. And on a card with perhaps a very narrow black layer or something, I think that would look really great. So I'll have to finish that one, right? So let's finish this other one. And so these little scallopy rectangles come from the Stitched So Sweetly dies. Another one of my favorites. And I'm going to actually go, how do I want to do this? Hang on. I'm not crazy about this dark line. So I think so we have one of the so I did a couple of the shells and die cut them out. Now I just have to do a little bit of trimming because, you know, they're kind of stuck in the rest of the die. But I might not even use the shells. I think I really like just that. But I think what that means is I have to go pretty far over to my right on this. So I'm going to have to look through and go pretty far this way. Hoping I'm not getting my head in your view. I probably was, but a little crooked. Not bad. It's much easier for me to stand and stamp straight down, but then then the tablet's right in my way, so that doesn't really work either. All right, so let's put this on flat. I like the way that soft sea foam helps that Bermuda Bay really pop. All right. So then we're going to add a little bit of adhesive over on this side, and we'll get a couple of dimensionals to support everything. Yeah. All right, so now, and when you have two layers like this, sometimes just to help them stay together, I'll put dimensionals like right across both, right across the seam, so that they're more likely to stay where I want them. All right. Oh, I guess my hands are dry. Dry and staticky because I can't get these dimensional backs off. They're clinging to me. All static electricity in my dry hands. There's that. And then we have these little bubbles in the embossing folder. And remember those crazy frosted and clear epoxy droplets that went everywhere? I think I'm going to look for the frosted ones. I don't know if any of these are coming off of this cardboard. I have a feeling these might be lost causes here. Yeah, that kind of lost its adhesive. The adhesive stayed behind. Oh, maybe I can get it. Well, hold on. Okay, so I'll put one up here because they kind of look like bubbles, you know. Let's see if, whoop, you don't want that one to come, just this little bubbly one right here. Let's put one up there. Is that frosted or is that clear? Uh-oh. I didn't really want clear. I want the frosted kind. I thought there was a... Oh, no, those are clear. They looked, because they were on their side, they looked a little frosted, but I want these ones, the softer look. There we go. Got it. There's those. And then we'll put our last one that I can get. Do we want it up that high? In the center of that, or do we want it here? I think we want it, because this is popped up, I think we want that to stay. See if I can find another one of those little spots that I can kind of, there. All right. Yep, there's still one more in the package stuck to the plastic. Remember, if you ever get some that are like that, please let me know. They should not be like that. You should get ones that you can use them all. All right, so let's see here. I think that looks pretty good. I think we'll put those seashells aside. We didn't end up needing them. So I hope you found that background kind of fun. It's very easy to do. And yeah, I hope you like that. So give it a try. If you have Stampin' Blends, choose a couple colors and a piece of vellum. and make sure that you get the 91% rubbing alcohol. Now that you can actually find it again. A year ago, you couldn't put your hands on rubbing alcohol for anything in the world, but now you can. So, so yeah, there you go. And there's my front. And then as soon as I get a piece of that rich raspberry cardstock, I don't happen to have one here. Sometimes on my desk I do have stuff, but I don't have that here. So either rich raspberry or maybe that basic black. Haven't quite decided. And then I'll put it on a white base like this. But I'll take pictures of those. All right, so Rich and I are going to be celebrating our anniversary this weekend. So not likely that I'm posting much of anything on Friday. But I will see you back here Monday. And I think we're going to try the, it's called Golden Grout. And that was a really cool background as well. So join me back here Monday for another fun technique. Okay? All right. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.